Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, we're going to do another episode of Bites and Nibbles with Breck today. Today we are going to make a Santa Fe chicken tortellini casserole. Now I was kind of digging through one of my cookbooks and that kind of stood out. It looked really good, looked like it had a really lot of good ingredients in it, and I said, I want to try this. So here we go. Let's look at the recipe. Alright, these are the ingredients for our Santa Fe chicken tortellini casserole. Man, sounds good just saying it, doesn't it? We're going to start off with some tortellini, of course, stuffed with cheese, a little red bell pepper, a little onion, some broccoli, some chicken, a little bit of flour, some cumin, some Colby and Monterey Jack cheese, a little olive oil, a little chicken broth, and some milk. Let's get going. Alright, so as I often do, I'm going to double the recipe on this. I'm usually pretty good at looking at the ingredients and say, yeah, that's going to be good. And so we're going to double that, freeze it, and we'll feed on this for a couple weeks. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up all the ingredients ahead of time. You see me do that 1,000 times, and we don't need to do that on the camera again. So when I catch up with you in a little bit, all the chicken, the onion, the bell pepper, and the broccoli will be chopped up into ready-to-use sizes. Alright, a little bit of time has passed by. I've prepared my bell peppers, my onions, my broccoli, and my chicken, and we're going to do the next step, which is to prepare the chicken. Actually, the recipe calls for a cooked chicken. Like I said, I've chopped it up into little bits and pieces. I'm going to throw it into a fry pan right now and just brown it a little bit so that it's ready when we are ready. So I'm going to go do that now, and I'll let you see a little bit of that process. Alright, so I put a little bit of olive oil into my fry pan. I'm going to put my chicken in there, and we're just going to kind of brown that a little bit until it's nice and cooked, right? Yeah, that's gonna look good. Alright, coming along here. Just keeping it moving a little bit here, and we should be ready. Ready to move on to the next part. Alright, the next step is to prepare the tortellini. I'm going to do that according to the instructions on the package, which basically says bring about 3 quarts of water to a boil and reduce the heat and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. So we're going to do that. We're bringing the water up to a boil right now, and we'll pick that up in a minute. Alright, so part of this recipe is supposed to be cooked in a casserole dish, and I have to admit I don't have a casserole dish, so I'm going to use my cast iron Dutch oven for that. I think that'll work just as well. But while I've been heating up the water for the pasta, I've also heated up some oil in a fry pan, and we're going to saute our onions, our bell peppers, and our broccoli, just to kind of get them nice and cooked and nice and soft. So we're going to do that at the same time we're doing the other part, and then hopefully this will all come together. I'm also going to preheat my oven to 325, because then by the time we're ready to go, it will be ready to go too. Alright, I now have the tortellini into the boiling water. I've reduced the heat a little bit, and we're just going to kind of keep the onions, the bell pepper, and broccoli moving here. It's starting to look really good. Starting to smell really good too. Holy cow. Alright, the tortellini is just about done. The veggies are done. I've transferred the veggies into my Dutch oven. I've reloaded the rest of my olive oil into my fry pan, and we're just going to mix in a little bit of flour here. This is going to kind of add the ingredient that will thicken everything up when it all mixes together. So, going to just kind of melt this together, cook it together until it all kind of blends in. And then we're going to add some of the rest of this stuff. Alright, let's turn off the heat on the pasta here, because I think we are done with that. Alright, I've begun straining the tortellini. We have added our milk and our chicken broth and our cumin into the mix with the oil and the flour, and we're just going to basically cook this now until this is nice and smooth, and it's pretty close to being smooth right now. I've also taken the chicken and added it into the Dutch oven with the vegetables, and so we're just going to basically mix all the rest of this together and throw it in the oven. I already got the signal from the oven that it's ready to go. It's up to temperature, so this is going to be good. Okay, so I've mixed in all of the veggies, the tortellini, the chicken, and the chicken broth, milk, cumin mixture, and just kind of stirred it all together. And it's starting to look pretty good here, but there's still one more secret ingredient. And that secret ingredient is our Colby and Monterey Jack cheese mix. Now, it actually said, get the Colby and the Monterey Jack cheese as separate things and mix it in. But it turns out that I was only able to find a mixture at the store that was a combination of the two. So the ratios are a little bit off because it was supposed to be 2 ounces of one and 3 ounces of another. It's going to be probably closer to being kind of a 50-50 mix, but that's okay. That looks pretty good though, doesn't it? Looks really good. Nice and stringy cheesy. I like that. Alright, let's put that in the oven. And into the oven it goes for 30 minutes at 325 degrees. See you in 30 minutes. Alright, 30 minutes has passed. And we're going to pull the casserole out now, and we're going to do the next phase of this. Man, does that look good. And it smells good too. But there's one little extra ingredient. We have a little bit more cheese, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the cheese on top of it. And then we're going to put it back in the oven for another 5 minutes just to kind of melt everything together. Oh yeah, this is going to be good. I can tell already. See you in 5 minutes. Alright, 5 minutes have passed, and I can admit this thing looked wickedly good like 5 minutes ago, but now the cheese is melted on there, this has got to be insanely good. I can't wait to try this. So let's get going. Alright, it's taste test time, and I can't wait. Like I said, this smells just amazingly good. And of course I got my glass of milk here to go along with it, because you got to do that, right? Oops, got away here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Haven't gotten any of the tortellini yet here, so let's try and get some of that cheese flavor. Yeah, really good. Love the mixed cheese. This is, they said cheese-filled tortellini in the recipe, but they didn't say what kind of cheese. So this was kind of a 3-cheese tortellini I found, and it looked like it was pretty good. It is. It actually has some really good flavor. And this is actually a very tasty meal, so I would definitely recommend this one. This one would be good with like maybe a side vegetable of some sort. Although you got your broccoli and all that in there, so this is almost a meal in itself. So definitely recommend this one. Try it if you're interested. If it sounds good to you, I'll include the recipe below. Until then, I think that's all that I have for today. So thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Bon appetit.